Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Uncourt Conversations with your girl Sunny. I hope y'all been getting caught up on all of the episodes. First, I want to thank you to all of our community partners and sponsors because we cannot do this without you. If you are interested in being a part of the show, highlighting any business, service, or something special you got going on in the community, connect with us because we want to connect with you. But in the studio, on the couch today, I have the Tiff. She's so many things. She's the owner of Sky Vibes Travel, which she actually got me something planned coming up really soon. But she's also known as a relationship realist. She used to hook people up. You remember you used to always have a friend that had a friend that thought you would be good for a friend? Why we don't do that no more? I feel like that's when the most authentic pairing and matches come about because the dating sites are not getting it for me. Yep. Okay? But no, we have Tiff in the studio today on the couch and we're sipping a nose. And I'm excited to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. I mean, this is natural for us. This is what we do.
It's been a long time. How long has it been since we've been doing these sorts of things?
Oh, wow. Years. What was it? The talk show. It's been like 5 years, I know. If not more.
Been longer.
More than 5 years.
It's maybe been like, that was 2016?
Oh. Well, it's
been a while.
Yeah, this memory isn't quite what it used to be. Go figure.
It's been a while, but Tiff is a lot of different things. She curates these trips for people in a special kind of way to where all you got to do is pack your bags and show up. So I'm super excited for where I'll be going here soon. I'm not telling y'all yet.
Because I wasn't going to say that.
Y'all may have a little idea, but I'm not telling y'all yet. But I definitely plan to bring the Uncourt family along with me. So I'll be vlogging during that time. I'll be there for 2 weeks. But yeah, she's curated something special. But outside of that, people know Tiff. Tiff talk. Because one thing Tiff gonna do is say what she gonna talk. She gonna say what she needs to say. Sometimes she gonna say what she don't need to say.
That is liberating.
She gonna say what you won't say, and she gonna say what you were thinking as well. But we have her here today on Uncourt Conversation. I have a lot of things I want to talk about.
Well, I just want to say thank you for letting me pop a top with you.
Of course.
For like a corky.
You know, we always loved a good glass of wine.
Yes.
We always did love a nice little cocktail anyway.
Yes. Vibe out.
So you are known as a relationship realist, and I've actually been to a couple of your events that were angled towards either bringing already couples that exist or bringing singles together to kind of find their person. You're always trying to, put the love where it resides.
I am. I'm people that know me know that I am an extreme romantic.
Yeah.
Like I love and not just the idea of love, but I love relationships. And when I say I love relationships, all facets. I love good business relationships. I love romantic relationships. That of family relationships. But mostly, I'm a girl although I'm single.
Yeah.
I'm here for couples that are thriving and working towards their common goals and being successful. So that's one of the things I'm most passionate about. And then and that comes with my whole love for travel, because I feel like when you create new experiences with people, doing that outside of the confines of what you're used to is always healthier, because now we can talk on another level about being somewhere else and how that culture does it and things like that.
How long have you been single, Tiff?
Oh, I've been single since 2020, and then officially on paper single 2021.
Okay. What are your thoughts on being single in today's time?
Man, gosh. I have so many thoughts on being single, because my conversation is not very common in terms of being single, because we've just been force this narrative that if you're not with someone, there's no way you're happy.
Right.
And I have had the unfortunate testament to witness why being single can be a very healthy thing when you embrace it and you're not in your singleness waiting for, well, is this the person? Is that the person? Like, what are you doing in the meantime? And I've learned to enjoy my meantime.
But sometimes we center, I see it often, we center our life and our singleness around the idea of a man or a woman. I think that's what tarnishes
absolutely
the space of being single.
And then you begin to get some label of as if you're anti-relationship when it's almost like people who say they're not with other lifestyles. Well, that's just them embracing their lifestyle that they like, right? And so I'm not against couples in marriage. I'm actually pro relationship if I'm being honest, but I'm also pro mental health and I'm pro being stable and where you are emotionally more than anything. I'm gonna tell you one of the greatest pieces about me being single right now is I love that nobody has any emotional control over me. Like I literally can. It's not about doing what you want to do when you want to do it, because I don't mind a nice level of control there. Leadership is a better word. But I also love the fact that nobody can call my phone and control my emotions. No one can do that in a negative way. And that for me is so empowering. It's so liberating. And I am excited about the next season of what that looks like as far as a relationship is concerned. But for the most part, I just want people to dismantle this idea that unless you with somebody, that's why you ain't got nobody, or she ain't got nobody. Girl, I'm telling you, you want to see me through the moon? Say stupid stuff like that.
I saw you, and it may have been some time back, I saw you respond to something, and me knowing your voice, I said, she is screaming at the phone right now. She is screaming at the phone right now. I think it was in some capacity of single people shouldn't speak about married folks' business. And you had something to say, okay? I said, she is screaming through that phone right now. She is making it very clear. Point for point, she has notes, she has bullets, and she has facts to back it up. What are your thoughts on that?
We have, oh Lord, girl, I just went back to that moment because I've had to intervene so many times. And mostly the people, and I don't, if you get offended, pray about it. Most of the people who are, spewing that type of stuff, like, if when you're single, you shouldn't speak on marriage. And I'm just like, what? You have too many beautiful people that are in the lives of a single person that they shouldn't be. So when we talk like a single person should, that's like saying, and I hope this, really brings context to this conversation. That's like saying someone who doesn't have a kid doesn't know how to take care of one.
Because you see that often. That is a constant battle of...
Listen. Because how many people have kids and don't know how to take care of them?
Please and thank you.
Alrighty then. Because that used to be a tip. I don't know. She talking about, Tip ain't got no kid. I'm just like, what? Like, some of y'all shouldn't have them either. So that's kind of where I am when people say ignorant stuff like that. If you're not married, you shouldn't speak on marriage. It's like, well, then married people shouldn't have an opinion about singleness, people. And I think that would be ignorant too, because everybody's goal in life, the pinnacle of life, is not for everyone to be married. And I think that's one of the biggest issues in our society, is that if you're a single woman, you're now labeled as a misfit. What's wrong with you? Why isn't anybody?
You're not fulfilled.
And that's wild to me. But I just want people to looking at this episode, if you married, like, God bless you.
I think if married folks tended to marry folks' business, then, you know, it kind of would keep it
like, stay over there. Like, honestly, stay over there and don't...
Unless you're sharing something to give some type of, you know, insight or encouragement, but we have too many married people dipping and dabbling in single folks' business to where it's like, you kind of gotta...
And they assume to have all the answers because they're still married, but many of them lack the authenticity to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help them God.
You know what my question usually is, and, you know, as Tiff said, if you're offended, pray about it. You're married, but is that your wife?
Woo! I never heard it put like that.
Because it's a big difference.
Huge difference.
Is that your husband?
I like that.
Is it? Because if we gonna put marriage on this pedestal as it should be, are we putting it on the pedestal in the way God envisioned for it to be?
Right.
Or have we taken that part out of it so that we can project our own idea of and perspectives on what it should be, how it should be, so that we can do what we want as we will and not be held accountable for it?
You know, the thing of it is this. You know, people. There are so many different people that have their idea or their beliefs of what marriage is, right? And you kind of have to, you know, tailor what you want your home, what that looks like for your home. But don't make that what has to be for my home, because now it's all about it feels like, and feelings are not facts.
They're not.
It feels
feelings
like
are not.
Women are against men, and men are against women. That's what it feels like now.
What do you think is driving that right now? Because that irks me so much, because I can't think of a day that goes by that I don't need a man.
Oh.
And I have not met a man that couldn't use a woman.
Hello.
In his life.
It's disappointing on so many levels, Kivia, how we've now come to, and I called you by your name.
When she's serious, she calls me by my name.
Let me get back to Sunny.
No,
Sunny.
please.
It's disappointing on so many levels, because something that was created to be beautiful work.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm going to say beautiful work, because it was never intended to be this fantasy of a thing to where, oh wow, I wish I could be that. I mean, every day you got to work up intentional about what it is you're working on and what's important to you. But it's become a little disturbing how there is a need to control the power narrative. And what I share with so many of the beautiful men that are in my life, and many of them, I've cussed them out. I have cried with them. We've, you know, laughed about a lot of things, but one of the most common conversations that we have is how now the world is just, it's like this power control on who's supposed to be in charge, and now women want to be in charge. And I'm like, I don't really believe that women necessarily want to be in charge. I believe that our voices get lost.
Yeah, we want to be heard. And I can't say I can speak for all.
Yes.
But for the women that I know, the women that I come into contact with, we just want to know that we're inclusive.
Yes.
In the plan of which we have submitted to your vision. Like, we just want to be inclusive. That's why it bothers me on so many levels how many times I hear this 50-50 conversation. It bothers me.
It is troubling.
What are we talking about here?
What are we talking about?
And if we continue to spend so much time and energy fighting against each other, we're not gonna have what we need to fight against the weapons that we form.
Because we're teammates. We're supposed to be teammates.
Yeah.
You and I can't make it to the goal if we fighting on who gonna get the ball.
We can't even get dressed in the locker room because you're talking about I got dressed quicker than you.
Right.
Well, that's because I don't want to slow you down and you leading the way. That's it. Perspective.
I just want to share with the beautiful men that will watch this and the amazing women that will watch this to understand that stop abusing the word submission.
Yeah.
I mean, that word has become abused in so many ways because to me it sounds like you're referring to an animal or a pet when you say submission, because I have no problem with the word in and of itself.
Right.
What I have a problem with is how people use that word to manipulate situations, whereby when you really just take a deep dive into it, women really don't have a problem with submitting to a man that is submitting to God. Now that's if those are your beliefs,
right.
Okay, that's if you understand the order of that.
Yeah.
But when I hear men being challenged, when they think of the word submit, it's just like, okay, what have you not submitted to God about?
Yeah.
Because you don't even have to have a conversation about submission when you're dealing with a woman who sees where you get your instructions from.
Right.
She sees where
there's no confusion in the posture, like, of your heart and your intentions. Granted, we may have to, figure out our way in some capacity along the way, but there's no confusion.
I want to ask you a question now, Sunny.
Ooh.
Okay. Who do you believe sets the temperature in the home, the man or the woman?
I believe the man sets the tone and the woman sets the temperature.
Okay. All right. So would that be suggesting that his tone, okay, she's going to adjust to the temperature of his tone?
Yeah. If he's come in and he's had a long day, bad day, or he's had a day that's challenged him, I need to arrange this home, my approach, to be able to meet him where he is. Because if he's the leader and the head of this household after God, it's like a plane. If the pilot is not in a position to where he can get us from one place to the next,
that's right.
It's not the pilot's job to get him there. It's the groundkeeper.
That's right.
It's the flight attendant.
Yep.
It's the co-pilot.
That's
it's
right.
Everybody else's job to make sure that the runway is clear.
Yep.
The passengers are all set in place. We are ready for takeoff. The pilot's job
such a good analogy.
Is to be able to get us there.
I know that's right. And
as his co-pilot, he should not have to get up and come out of the cockpit to go check what's going on.
That's right.
He's going to set the tone. I'm going to adjust the temperature.
And when considering the temperature, I feel like things tend to only get misunderstood when someone is struggling to acknowledge maybe their tone wasn't appropriately set when they approached the gauge to say it's okay for you to have a bad day, but please, like, recognize that I'm the weaker vessel here, and I'm not what you're angry at, or I'm not what you're upset about. I'm here to diffuse whatever that is. So in order for me to do that, I want to feel good about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times what happens is, okay, you come in and you snap my head off or whatnot, and now I'm gonna respond to you snapping, and now you're responding to me snapping because you snapped. And it's like, okay, there has to be a significant level of consideration that everybody has a role to play.
I'll say a couple of things. One, I'm glad you said consideration, because when I'm asked in this day and time, what do you hope to have in your next relationship? A man that considers me in all ways. The second part of that is, I think that happens, and not to say that you won't have to continuously like readjust certain things and realign in a relationship or partnership, because you will. We change and grow every day as individuals. We have to readjust that when we become one with somebody. But like you said, when we fail to realize, one, our approach and delivery, but I'll go even further to say when we fail to realize the assignment that our relationship or marriage serves in the first place. Most times it's either lack of maturity, lack of acknowledgement as to what the real, deeper rooted issue is, as to why I keep coming in with this tone of attitude. Maybe it's the job, maybe it's whatever the case may be. The other part is sometimes we force people to fit into a position that's not for them. You keep going home angry, or you keep receiving him and can't adjust the temperature because that ain't your man. Oof. That ain't your man. So it'll never work.
Somebody need to catch that.
It'll never work. The other side of that is when we are, and it's just my opinion, when we are in alignment with the person in which we date, we've communicated effective and well enough to know I can go home in whatever condition I'm in as long as I'm respectful, mindful, and considerate, because I know how he or she is going to receive me, nurture me, meet me where I'm at, so that we can get back to where we need to be to go where we're intended to go. If you off the tracker, we all off the tracker.
We all off the tracker. Right?
Me, the kids, the dogs, everybody.
And even as resilient as kids are, they know.
They know. They feel
it. They do.
My job, my duty, my obligation, and not just as a woman, as a partner, as your helpmate, even as a man, I would hope that it's vice versa. If something has taken you out of the position that you need to be in for us to get to where we're going, we got to stop right here and address it and readjust, because I can't get there without you if God put us together.
So what do you think about, there's a lot of conversations now around, I hear a lot of guys saying that, or posting, where are the women that, take men on dates, or where are the women that still appreciate when a man buys them flowers, or there's this reputation that I see on both sides, to where my heart be going out to people, because I'm like, so you've never dated a woman that's taking you out on a date? And then they begin to assume that those type of women don't exist.
My thoughts on that, and I had a conversation about this recently, the things we want are not packaged in the material in which we think they're packaged in. You need this kind of woman, but you want her to come aesthetically like this.
Come on.
Now granted, that woman that you need, she's beautiful.
Right.
She got her own unique thing. She can walk in a room and demand the attention of everybody. She don't have no Gucci purse.
Right.
She don't drive no $80,000 car.
Right.
She not where you expect to find her because it's convenient for you.
Right.
You are the one who findeth.
Child,
stop expecting to find her in the same environment with the same women that you tell your partners, oh, I could never gal her.
Come on.
She's not there.
Come on.
She's not there. She may not look like the very same woman that you tell your homeboy, oh, I could never. She may not look like that. She may not. And I need you to be okay with the fact that sometimes the problem is you.
Yeah.
As a woman, sometimes we want this kind of man, a man that's kind and considerate. He ain't at the club buying a bottle.
Right.
Because he's preparing for his wife.
Yeah,
in future.
A lot of guys, they say, we don't hold our colleagues, our female counterparts, we don't hold them accountable. And I am a friend that holds my friends accountable, and I don't want nobody around me that won't hold me accountable, because that means you will allow me to be
You're going to enable me.
Yeah, and you'll allow me to make reckless behaviors. But one of the things I've been known to say on countless occasions is that if you were at any point, and I'm sure whether people admit it or not, if you've worn full shoes before, like you just can't wear those shoes for everybody.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, learning from those lessons, I've heard you share on previous episodes where you've learned from those life lessons, and you did not and do not consider them to be losses.
Right.
Because when you start thinking about something as a loss, you're going to miss the lesson.
Right.
And so that's been one of the hugest takeaways of me having to own whatever my role was in a situation, whether I allowed something or didn't acknowledge it, pretended that it wasn't that. That's me contributing to the problem.
Because sometimes just because it's not your fault don't mean it ain't your responsibility.
That's right.
And we have to be mindful of that. When it comes to this whole like dating thing, I think sometimes we have to understand who we are, where we are, and ask ourselves when we say, oh, I want a woman that's this, a man that's that, do we really want that, or do we want the idea of that? Most people want the idea of having this kind of woman. Some people want, I can't even tell you how many times I meet a man that wants the idea of experiencing me. Because you can't figure me out from the outside. You can't put me in the category. You can't put from the outside or from just an encounter. You can't say, oh, she's this, that, and that. There's gonna be some mystery that's like.
That's right.
Okay, no, I can't figure her out just based on this, because you can't. Some people want the idea of certain type of people, and I think that messes up the entire dating pool, because you going after somebody else's wife.
Well, that's why you hear a lot of people blaming social media. You're like, oh, y'all looking at social media. You're looking at social media, and I get that perspective that people will look at social media, but I never heard it put better, where I saw someone said anything is perfect when perfect is all you see. So if you only see the perfect pieces, sure, that looks like the perfect story, sure, that looks like the perfect relationship. Ooh, relationship
if all we have
goals.
is 30 seconds or 1 minute, of course we can cut it to where you only see the parts of it that was close to perfect.
That's right, and we've seen a lot of these things.
But when did that become the goal?
Right.
Why are we reaching for something that does not exist?
I think it's, again, most people are tying their happiness to having to be with someone, and that's why they haven't really fulfilled the happiness of themselves. I'm telling you, I can't say that I ever knew that being single could be this fun. And what I mean by fun, I'm not talking about my freedom.
Right.
Not my physical freedom of going anywhere. I'm just saying, like, I literally look forward to doing nothing.
You don't have to consider nobody.
I look forward to doing nothing. Like, when people say, what you doing this weekend? I'll think, like, what am I doing?
I'm playing by ear, or maybe nothing.
Girl, I don't got nothing to do.
Yeah.
And see, somebody may take that, but she don't got nobody to do. Baby, I have been walking in this celibate thing, honey, like the stallion that I am. It has been beautiful. And I won't name no names, but one of my play brothers, you know, he makes jokes all the time about my celibacy. You know? Oh, girl, that thing gonna stop working, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, hey,
all you gotta do is blow on it.
Let
get the engine back cranking.
You know, you my type, and you rather white cologne. You know, they have to blow. But it's fun, man. When you learn how to just settle. In your singleness, like, you know, you were saying on another episode. You would tell your younger self, oh, sit tight. That's kind of what this is when you're thinking about being single. Just chill out. Stop making plans for that person when you've not really made a plan for you. You know, and that's...
I'll say a couple things too. I believe there's some things that we have to achieve solo in our singleness.
Yes.
I challenge the idea that we need to be fulfilled 100% as a single person. Because I feel like there's something so much greater connected to unity when you become one with somebody that you will not even be in reach to achieve as a single person. So I feel like there's some things that we have to do on our own, and there's other things you won't even have the option to do.
That's right.
Until you meet that person.
That's right.
And then your job is to, not mismanage it. My thing is, for me, in my singleness, and let me say this, I enjoy aspects of my singleness because I can change and evolve without having to affect somebody else,
Right.
without being questioned or challenged by somebody else. Are there moments that I look forward to when I can have with someone?
Sure. Of course.
Absolutely.
That's being human.
Absolutely.
Companionship. Of
Yes.
course.
But I think there's a big difference in, saying like, I used to be like, I can't wait till I, meet somebody.
Yeah.
Now there are times where I'm like, all right, God.
Yeah. Human.
Where you at?
Of course.
Where is he?
Because you have so much packaged on the inside of you. That is there's that wife in you. That's dancing on the inside, like, ooh.
It's those moments when I grow through something personally, or when I overcome something, or I evolve in a way, and I'm like, ooh, I can't wait to share that with someone, because I've been able to witness me become a better woman, a better person, a better lover, a better team player, a better nurturer. Those were my words to the last person I dated. Thank you for making me and helping me become a better lover and partner and nurturer. I now know
that was you,
a
sir.
new level in which I plan to love my person.
Isn't that like with these games or whatnot? I don't know. I've never been a gamer, but my son plays these games, and it's like, you get to another level. You beat that game.
Yeah.
You beat that level. So now you get to another level, and that's something to get excited about.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna miss the moment of where I am right now, because I'm so focused on where I want to be. Baby, it's a whole game going on right here that you missing the mark because you're thinking about, I'd be glad when there's don't ever not stay hopeful.
But don't rush it.
Yeah, I will always be hopeful.
Yeah, don't rush it.
Yeah, but
because the day is gonna come when,
baby,
you gonna wish you had no plans.
Some folk out here hanging out with somebody to say they have someone, and they really don't have anyone. I know too many people like that, and I'm praying for you. I am.
Because how you spend so much time in being wrapped up in having them, and you ain't even got you yet.
You ain't what? Girl, it's like somebody has complete and total control over your emotions, and you're not even their last stop.
And we gotta, I feel, and let me not say we gotta, let me not say that, because you can do what you want to do. But for me, my understanding is that we have to get to a place to where we understand, just like God working on us and on our behalf, He's doing the same for your partner. So if you stop doing the work right here, right now, today, and that's not even a version of you that God said could have His son, listen, He ain't gonna let you meet him either. It's not one person alone that's the prize in the relationship.
That's right.
And for me, that is to be understood in my next relationship.
That's right.
There's not just one person that's the prize.
That's
you too are a prize.
That's right.
You too. And I want to value and appreciate that, throughout the duration as we navigate and grow through certain challenges. But I read something the other day, or maybe I heard, and it was like, if you just keep going where God tell you to go, the person for you gonna meet you on your way there.
Oh my
God. But if you
gosh.
stop right here, it'll be more time to come before y'all ever cross paths.
You know, Sunny.
Yes, dude.
The level of lordship that God has had in my life during this time,
Yes,
you can't even put into words.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I wish that somebody would really, like the old folks say, try Jesus. Like, I wish somebody would do it for real.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes you'll find yourself only praying to God or giving him a shout when either your life is just, going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Or when you really, really want something, when you really, really want